Hi, welcome to Pagan Goddess Tarot, and today I'm doing the March monthly reading, and this is going to be for Cancer. Keep in mind this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Um, if it starts resonating later, you're more than welcome to go back to the channel and rewatch any of the videos that you want. That being said, the readings you should be watching are your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. That's going to give you a clearer picture of your overall energy. All right? So let's go ahead and get started. We have Temperance. Temperance is a beautiful card. Patience, balance. It is tempering yourself. Sometimes it means the temperance movement, abstaining from alcohol. I always found it to be balanced. It's being moderate. Okay, you're not high high energy, like massive high energy, 100 miles an hour, or the low energy where people are sluggish and not balanced. I always found it to be in moderation. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. So you found yourself to be balanced, even though there's conflict. It's either internal or external conflict. If you're in balance and you're at peace, you feel peaceful, then this is probably some external conflict coming in at you. Okay. Sometimes it's just competition. Sometimes it's ruthless. But either way, you're moving forward. You're closing off this cycle and you're opening a new cycle. Okay? I think it's your balance. You're not worried about the conflict anymore. Whatever that is, whatever that storm is that's around you, you've already moved away from it. Okay? And you're opening a new cycle. You're walking away from it. And you're taking the weapons with you so they can't do to others what they did to you. Okay? So, Spirit's advice is to utilize the King of Swords energy. This is somebody that is very, very wise. He's been through a lot. He knows a lot of things, obviously, or he wouldn't be a king. He's holding that sword of truth. Okay? And that sword cuts both ways, and he knows that. He knows that sometimes you don't have to state the truth. Sometimes you don't have to lie. I'm not saying lying, but I have an example. There was a little old lady that lived in a nursing home, and her husband died in a car accident on the way to see her. And they broke the news to her. And this is a woman that got up and got dressed every day. She dressed and put on her fine, nice clothes and powdered her face or whatever she did and put on some perfume so that she would look nice when he got there. She did it every day. And he came every day until he died. So they broke the news to her that her husband had been killed, and he was in a horrible... obviously, they'd been married for, 40, 50 years. And she was just devastated. So the next day, she didn't remember. She had Alzheimer's or dementia, whatever it was. And the next day, they knew he wasn't coming because he had passed away. And she was dressed and ready and waiting for him and wondering why he was late. And so they had a tough decision to make. What do they do? Do they tell the truth and let her go through that agony over and over and over every day of her life? Or do they lie? And sometimes that's what they do. And that's what they did do. They did. They lied to her every day and told her he was late, he called, and he would be there later. And by later in the afternoon, she would forget all about it. But they didn't have to put her through that emotional, horrible emotions. And she had forgotten about it by the next day. So, although I'm not suggesting that you lie, I am suggesting that you use reason. You use your integrity. You use your honor. You make your decisions very wisely. Use not so much emotion, but you use logic, reasoning, common sense. Okay? And that's what Spirit's advice to you is. Not to lie to the little old lady, but to but to use that kind of energy. This is somebody that you would use in, this is the kind of energy you would use in a business decision. Okay? You would, statistics, logic, things of that nature. Okay, so let's see what the next card has. Oh, okay. It's, well, there's two came out, so I'm going to do this one first. This is independent, independently wealthy. This is somebody that used, that has built something. It takes time, but over the years, she accumulated a lot of wealth because she put the hard work and time into it. She was dedicated to it, okay? And there were many places along the way where she, I'm sure, had troubles and wondered how she was going to do it. But she was temperate, she was moderate, and she made it through. And this is Spirit letting you know, okay, that you can handle anything. You're trained. You just don't know it. You're trained. He's standing on high moral ground. He's standing on the high road. He's not worried about those villagers. They're villagers. That's why he's not going to attack them. He's going to defend himself, but he won't go and attack them because it's not his, it's against his honor to do that. Okay? So you can handle anything that life throws at you. You've learned it. You've learned through the competition. You have learned by training. Okay? So just know that you can make it through just about anything Spirit throws at you. And in case you missed it, that means you have a victory. Okay? He's on a victory parade. You have closed a cycle and you've opened another one. And you're going to be able to have victory. Okay? So let's... All right, and the temperance. I think the temperance was you having to take time to make a decision, to think about things, to see things from a different perspective as well. Okay? Because human beings, we all tend to look at things, what's in our best interest, but that's not necessarily what's in everybody's best interest. And so, you know, you need to be aware of that, especially when you know your ships are coming in, okay? And this is you. You're waiting patiently for your ships to come in, and they're on their way, okay? So, and the conflict may have been a decision that you had to make, and you most likely made a decision to step into the new cycle. And a lot of times we don't want to leave where we're at. We're comfortable, you know? But that, by facing conflict and moving forward, what you've done is found yourself. You've learned how to love yourself, and you're finding your wish fulfillment, okay? You're going to find it on the other side of that cycle, that new cycle. And that is victory, okay? And again, it's because you were being temperate. It's because you took your time. You thought about things. You were at peace, okay? And you learned how things flowed. Okay, next we have the Six of Wands. Again, we're having to, that's this, what, second double energy, I think? Yes. We have victory and temperance twice. So those are very important messages to you. Okay. All right. All right. Yes, you're going to have victory, and you are going to be able to build a firm foundation in the next cycle. Okay? This is the beginning steps. This is the most important part, is to build that foundation, because if you don't, everything crumbles. If you have a house on a poor foundation, it'll eventually collapse. There we go. So you have to make a decision. And that's why they're telling you to take time to look at things from a different angle, to look at things differently, to maybe see things from a higher, I would say from a higher perspective, because of the King of Swords. Okay? And to do that, you have to take the blindfold off and actually see what you're looking at. And a lot of times we don't want to see it, you know. But this is also you taking time to rest, okay? Take time to rest and reflect. This is like doing a life review. Think about where you are, how you got there. Not emotionally. It's like watching a movie. You will see the red flags that you missed, but those red flags taught you something. That's what taught you the lessons in this cycle. You learned to move forward. You learned not to do that again, and you will remember those red flags. This is to heal anything that hurts you in this last cycle. You need to heal it before you progress into the next cycle. Okay? Take the time. Take the time to rest. Take the time to relax. Take the time to reflect. Take the time to heal yourself. Okay? Because remember, you can handle anything that's coming. You learned the lessons. The lessons are learned. Even though the 10 isn't out here, okay? You did learn it. So don't hold on to the past, okay? You probably have communication coming in, which is not uncommon in these situations. And just make sure that you move forward and help yourself. Help yourself by truly healing anything that hurts you and looking at it, okay? Because, you know, you are the 9 of Wands. You are the wounded warrior. You've been through a lot, but you've already gotten to the 10. You know, you're putting those burdens down now, and you're walking into a new cycle. And you need to walk in and not be wounded and battered. That's why you're taking the time to heal it now, okay? And if you can do that, you're going to find your balance. And again, you started off with balance, and you're moving forward with balance. It's a smaller energy because it's a new cycle. You know, it's much closer to the Fool and the Ace than it is to the tens. Okay. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have you moving forward, taking the challenge and moving forward. This is a knight. That's what they do. They take up the challenge and they move forward. Okay. So I'm going to pull a couple of Archangel cards and see what they have to say. One more. Oops. Speaking of seeing. Nurture. Archangel Gabriel, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Okay. Alrighty then. Clear your space. Archangel Jophiel, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. Okay. And relationship harmony. Archangel Ragu, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are now being resolved. Okay. So, if there was any issues in the past, this is going to be resolved. The angels are helping you clear these situations up so that you can move into an abundant new cycle, a happy new cycle. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this. You know the routine. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe, share. It helps the channel grow tremendously. You have no idea. But anyways, that's what I have for you for March. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.